Hey y'all, welcome back to the Mace Fleming Homestead. Today I want to take a little trip into our seed starter system to kind of show y'all how this whole thing is going and to also show you our drip irrigation system that we have all the parts in so far. Okay, as you can see, it is sunny. I didn't put the blinds back up because I want this to catch the most sun I can. I put a calendar here and marked the days that we need to start our plants and other things that we've got going on here. Let's take a look inside here and show you how everything is going. So what I did is I have these lights already. I have a really big one. I just don't know if I put it up here, will it burn the plastic or heat up too much? But this area is really, really warm. We got our seeds this year from HossTools. The good thing is, well, the bad thing is you're gonna have to thin them. The good thing is they do propagate like there ain't no tomorrow. But as you can see, this is our China Star cabbage. I mark them here. These were started on the, let me take a look, the 10th of February, okay? And I came through here and I still have a couple that I may want to thin out. But as you can see, these are all going really, really good. So that's our China Star cabbage that we have going. And then here is our flat sorry, the dogs are playing, the boys are playing. This is our flat of dark green lettuce. And as you can see, it is going good. Everything is coming up phenomenal. So what I do is I do flip these around. I forgot to flip the China Star cabbage around. But I flip them around so this way they all get a little bit of sun. This right here is our red cabbage. Again, these are from HossTools. The stevia was given to us by a friend of ours, and I've never grown it, so I don't know how it's going to be or how long it takes to propagate or germinate. But as you can see, the green cabbage is coming up, or the red cabbage is coming up great. We have a couple here in the back that are still a little leggy, and hopefully we can get that rectified by giving them the twist around here in the seed starter area. And then here, let me bring you in a little closer. Okay, here, because I don't want to take everything out, these are still watered. But here we have our butter crunch lettuce, we have iceberg lettuce, and then we have green cabbage. Again, these are all from HossTools, and it kind of stinks because their seeds really do germinate, but you're gonna have to thin them. So let's close this side up and let's take a look at the other one. Okay, so we're here at the other side. This is more of our herb side of what we got going on here. Let me bring you in closer. This right here is our celery this year. And I was kind of worried that they weren't gonna start coming up and start germinating, but they are. And they're coming up pretty good. And this is our celery Deline. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And then we have back here is our celery Utah tall. Then what I did is I took these. Okay, I took these, were the ones that I had to uproot from the other star cabbage and the red cabbage. And what I did is I kind of stuck my fingers really deep inside and pulled them out so I could try to save some. Okay, Okay, this one here suffered just a little shock, but everything else seems to be going good. Here, we're getting our sprouts. Again, these are from, this one here is from, I believe, Baker's Creek, but this is our red mustard. And these were actually planted, believe it or not, 3 days ago, and they're already starting to germinate. So they're getting the proper heat in here, and everything seems to be coming up. This is one of the ones we got from the store. Tracy wanted some mint, and I trimmed it down, and I just left the excess in here. Okay, our last section here, this is more of our spices this year. Let me see where I labeled them. Here we go. So these were planted not that long ago, like 2 days ago. So nothing sprouted yet, but we have 2 rows of dill, some oregano, basil, chives, and coriander. And then here I have another light that is just, this is the grower's light. As you can see, the different colors. Okay, so what I did is I just got some chain from the local Ace here and just screwed it in on each side, got some hooks, and placed the hooks inside of each of these and just hung them up so they can get some sun or get some light in here. But everything so far is coming up really, really good. Let's back out and let's show you how I'm fertilizing everything. Okay, after I noticed the seedlings getting their first true leaves, after their starter leaves came out, I have this stuff here. I keep it in a jar. I had this jar out in the garage or the shed. I fill it up with the stuff I get from HossTools. This is a 2020 fertilizer. I put a tablespoon of this into a milk jug, give it a good shake, and then I just go through and put it in the bottom of the tray so the roots can suck it up. But the most important thing this year is going to be our system down here. Let's take a look at what we got. This is our drip irrigation system we got this year. I piecemealed it out this year because this was donated by another friend out here in Portales, New Mexico. He wanted to help us out to help us feed more people this year. So everything you see here so far has cost about $350. Now you can go online and you can purchase it from other people, from other companies, and you can get all the same pieces, just not that many of them. Really nice pressure reducer, an oil-filled gauge that's usually used by the RVs, but I figured it's still fine for what we need. Because we do run city water, I got a filter, an RV filter, that'll actually filter out all the impurities like chlorine and everything else. So I got that for this year. We've got our fertilizer injection system. We've got 100 pieces of what we need here to connect from our tubing here to our drip irrigation system tape. I did go with a 6-inch drip irrigation, and what it basically means is if this is your drip irrigation line, every 6 inches there's a hole that allows water to come up. So this will be buried this year, and we want to make sure we get everything right to the roots. I do highly suggest that you watch the HossTools talking about their drip irrigation system and how they use it. Again, I'm going to be using the 2020 fertilizer from Hoss, and then I also got from Hoss is the Micro Boost. I keep it in the package here because a couple of them had leaked in shipment, but not that bad. Nothing to call home and cry about. Okay, this is the pieces that go onto your drip irrigation. You're going to take your drip tape, which is here, if I can learn how to point. You're going to push that through, crimp it, and then push it back through, and this will secure the end and stop it from leaking at the ends. Okay, these figure 8 looking things, This is what's gonna stop your tubing from leaking at the end. So you're gonna put the tube in here, crimp it, and then pull it tight, and it stops it from leaking. This right here is if I'm out there in the garden doing something and I accidentally hit the tube and I split it, then I can put these in there to fix it. Also, it'll all help also fix the drip irrigation tubing, or the tape I should say. So this way I don't have to worry about replacing everything all at once. All right, so this is how you hook your tubing, your tube to your tape. So this will stick into your tube by using this. So you'll use these little scissor things, crimp it down, it'll punch a hole, and then in that hole you'll stick this, and it actually pops in, and as you can see, it's kind of barbed right there, and it won't allow it to come out. And you'll put your tape here, right on here on this end, and then you'll screw it down, and it tightens so that the tape will stay inside there and it stays locked. And then these will go from the tube, that tube, to your water hose. So again, that's the reason why I bought this RV filter, because again, it's gonna filter everything out. So it'll step it down, the pressure will step down from the pressure reducer here, go into here, and then into our drip irrigation system, so that this way we can make sure that the plants are getting purified water and that they're also getting the best that we can offer them as far as fertilizers. Okay, some of y'all may be wondering why this fertilizer is blue. This is because this is a synthetic fertilizer versus an organic fertilizer. Organic fertilizers are slow to release, so you have to put them in, and they're gonna have to break down to be consumed by the plant. And that's okay, but for us out here in New Mexico, we don't have that great of organic matter in our soil. Although I did plant cover crops this year and buried those, or cut them down, kept them cut throughout the year, and allowed that to decay, and then tilled it in back into the soil and tarped it to hold the weed seed bank down. So this way we can have some great organic matter in our soil. But you're still gonna have to provide something. You're not gonna have a utopian society where everything is gonna be great, and it takes years to make sure that you have that clean soil. So although we do raise rabbits and we have their manure and the chicken manure, you still have to allow that stuff to break down. And that still takes time. It's not gonna happen overnight. So, but a synthetic fertilizer will give the plants the nitrogen, the potassium, and the phosphorus that they need right away. And this is something that you can deliver to the plants, and they'll uptake it right away. And it'll help them, it'll help your plant situation, it'll help your leaves and all that stuff. I learned the other day that NPK, if you have to think of it as up, the NPK, so it's gonna be up, down, and all around for the plant. The nitrogen is gonna help your plants grow up and be tall. And it's gonna help your blossoms and all that stuff. And your center number, which is your potassium, is gonna help the plant root system. So that's gonna be the roots of the plant, so the down, the up, down. And then the K is gonna help the all around of the plant. It's gonna help the plant's roots, and it's gonna help give them more flowering, and it's also gonna help your plant in just basic terms of what it needs. So you can go all organic, but this year we're gonna try something different, and this is not anything that's gonna be like harmful, anything that you get from the grocery store or anything like that. They are gonna still use the same things. So you kind of have to weigh the benefits of what you're doing versus, you know, how long do I want to wait until I can start getting great soil and all that stuff. We did do a soil test on our soil. We are high in nitrogen, we are low in phosphorus, and low in potassium. So we're gonna have to do something this year to rectify that. And that's why we went with the drip irrigation system, is to make sure that we can give us the best chance this year of providing more food to people. And that's the most important thing for us. But not only are you gonna have to provide the plants with the NPK, but you're also gonna have to provide them with other nutrients that you're just not gonna be able to get out of a straight NPK fertilizer. Hence why we went with the Micro Boost. The Micro Boost, as you can see here, provides other nutrients. Let's see if I can get this to focus. So other nutrients that these synthetic fertilizers do not offer. It offers magnesium, sulfur, boron, copper, iron, magnesium, molybdenum, and zinc. So that's what it's going to offer to the plants, and it's going to also help the plants uptake those nutrients so we can, again, make sure that we're getting the best harvest of everything that we're going to plant. I don't want to go through the work of putting in a drip irrigation system just to provide just water and hopefully that they grow well. We want to be able to provide not only the water, but we want to provide us with the best chances of doing a great harvest for all the work that we're going to be putting into the garden this year. We're going to be starting tomatoes here shortly. That's the next step. The only downside of my seed starting system is there's no upper and lower levels. So I'm gonna maybe have to figure something out, maybe make some trays that I can keep at the bottom for the plants, as you already saw, that are started, and raise the lights up and start a second row of like for our tomato plants and stuff like that. And that's what we're really trying to shoot for this year, is to make sure that we have the best possible chances of providing more food to people this year. So I do encourage all of y'all to go out there and whether it's in a 5-gallon bucket or a 20-gallon bucket, you can grow. Whether you're in an apartment or you're in an HOA, as some of our friends that went through in Texas, they had to throw out food. So you can grow your own stuff. And you can grow it so that you can have the abundance of having fresh food all year long. So I do encourage all of y'all to go out there and to, hi buddy, go out there and research as much as you can. That's all I've ever done, is research and read and watch videos and listen to other people that have been down these roads, taking the advice. And yeah, you may not be able to apply the advice of somebody like the M.I. Gardener or somebody that's like HossTools. So you're getting these two different regions and two different grow zones. But what I can do is listen to what this guy says, listen to what this guy says, and kind of piecemeal something together that works for us out here in a more desert climate, if you will, a drier climate, since we don't get a lot of rain. We did overhead watering one year, and our water bill was just, it usually runs about $250. And then you got to think about how much is that really getting down to the roots. So this year, that's why we went with the drip irrigation system. Again, to give ourselves the best possible outcome of what we need to do this year. So I hope y'all learned something from this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, ring that bell notification so that you can be notified when we do post new videos. We haven't posted a new one. We've kind of, Tracy's been in the hospital, so I've been kind of dealing with that and dealing with everything here on the homestead on my own. And that's okay, because that's what partners do. That's what we're here for. But we're gonna try to get out another video here shortly. I'll take you outside and show y'all the garden area of what we've got coming up, what this past cold snap has done to our garlic that's coming up. But anyway, we love y'all. God bless y'all, and take care.